Hi everyone, it's Lehman with Lace Covered Skies, and I'm here to do kind of like a craft with me, but I wanted to show you what I've been making with these. I've been fussy cutting a lot, and I fussy cut this whole basket, and my goal is to use it all up because I'm working on some vintage slash botanical journals. And so I've been thinking of ways to use the images on collages, but I wanted to make it, I guess, make a prototype and then make a lot of them and figure out an easy way and a fast way to make a lot at once. So the first thing I'm doing are these pockets, and what I want to do, so it's made from a book page, and I want to fold it over a page. So for example, let's say that this is my journal page. Let's say it's like folded, like a journal page would be folded. I plan to have these go under the bottom of the page, and I think, I'll either sew it on or glue it on. I haven't decided which yet. So I want to do it like that. If I could get it flush against the page, there. Like that, and then it'll basically be a pocket here, a little pocket right here, and then a pocket here. And then when you turn the page, it'll be a pocket in here. I haven't worked on this side yet, but I've been watching Daisy Collins from Tsunami Rose, I believe, and Jessica Rapp. And I really like Daisy's approach where she makes a bunch of ephemera and then she makes the journal. So every day she'll come on and she'll make some pockets or what have you. And I like Jessica because she does like so much at once and just seems really productive. And that's how I work better anyways. With my journals, it's been taking me so long because I've been starting with a journal and getting creative on every page, and it kind of drives me crazy and it takes me a long time. So that's why I'm trying this out, and I've been liking it so far. I feel more productive, and I think I'm going to be able to get more journals done this way. So I'm starting with these. So that's what I'm working on now. That's my goal, is just to finish these up now. So I started by, this is a Nancy Drew book that I was throwing out anyways. So what I did was I've just been gluing all the pages together. So I'm going to give you an example. Like this is a book that it's a new book that I'm just going to throw out anyways. So what I've been doing is I have been just gluing 2 pages together. And I already started with this one. So I'm gonna show you the way I do it, even though it's pretty straightforward, but I've been trying to do it in a way that is just fast. So I'll turn it this way, and then I'll take a single page on this side, and then this is the page I'm gluing it to. So make sure, like, these are already glued together, so make sure I skip a page, take out my glue stick, and then I start gluing the middle of the page first. And I did a whole book, like that Nancy Drew book. I did it pretty quickly, in like a little over an hour, the whole book. So So I'll do that. I'll do the inside edge. I'll do this edge and this edge, and this one always comes undone. I usually end up sewing it anyways, but I still want to make sure it's glued. And then I do this side, and then I fold the page over, and I take this scraper thing and I just scrape it down really tight. And then I take my roller thing and I just roll it on these sides and the edges especially. And I think gluing is something that's pretty simple for most people. But for me, I just feel like it needs to be secure. So sometimes gluing can actually really stress me out. And like I don't feel like it's lining up, and I don't feel like everything's sticking, especially with glue sticks, since most glue sticks just are not the best for some reason. So doing it this way, it keeps the edges lined together because it's still bound in the book, and it's just simpler for me. So I'll sit and I'll do this for a while. Like if I'm not feeling creative, I'll do a whole bunch of these at once. And that way I'll have a lot. And then, so you saw I went in the middle first, then I went on this side and this side, and I kept this corner open because this part needs a lot of glue. And then I'll do this end last. And then I fold this page back over. I use this little, I got this at Daiso. It comes in handy a lot. And then I'll turn it this way usually and go like that. And then last, I get the edges. Yeah, so it really doesn't take that long if you're just going to do a bunch at once. Like I could probably do half of this book in an hour. And it's a pretty thick book. So that's what I do. And the next thing I'll do, because inking is also something that I don't like inking like a single sheet of paper like this, because I feel like the paper is bending. So what I've started doing with this is I've started inking it while it's on here. So I'll just, once I glue it, and I already figured out that making these, I need it inked on one side only because the other side is going to be glued into the book or sewn. So I'll just turn to the page that I'm on, get out my ink pad, and then just start inking. And then I'll just go for a few pages at a time. And I think I have jury duty coming up next week, so I plan to be gluing and inking for 8 hours. That way I'll have a lot of these ready to go, and I'll be doing something productive while I'm at jury duty. But yeah, so I'll just keep on going, page after page. And then once I'm done, I've been doing 4 at a time, so I'll tear them out. So I tear this out, and then I'll ink I'll cut it first actually. I tear 4 out at a time usually. I mean, I could do more, but I've been doing 4 at a time. Tear it out, and then I cut off the very edge. And I don't measure, I just eyeball it. And then once I cut off all the edges, I'll usually hold the 4 pages together with the edge the uninked edge together, then I'll ink it. See, I hate doing it like this because I feel like there's not enough, like, it's not sturdy. I know that's a weird thing to feel, but yeah. Alright, so once I finish inking, the next thing I do for these particular ones, and like I said, I'll do batches at a time. So I'll ink them all, and then I'll do the next step all together. Which the next step is folding it. So I'll take a sample, and I'll usually mark all 4 pages, but since I'm only doing one on camera right now, I know where to fold it. So I'm gonna fold it. And score it. And then I will make a little slit, a little opening. Where's my ruler? Here. And then I've been going two blocks down, and then a little bit down, like a sentence down. So I'll go like right there. And then I'll take my craft knife or utility knife and cut a little slot. Like that. And then I'll do that for all 4 of them. So I'll have a stack like this. And then I go into the collaging part, which that does take the longest for me. So I've been trying to not be systematic, but be very strategic about it. So I have my fussy cut images. I have, this is cardstock, and this belongs in here. This is file folder that I already cut down. I'm doing a pocket on the top, and I saw on one of Jessica Rapp's videos, Jessica from Two Silver Oranges, how she makes these little slots, and I love it. So I've been doing that. And then I have one box for papers, like layering papers. And I'll have a stack of these ready to go, and then I'll just start collaging. And I find that when I'm doing one thing for like 4 of these pockets or more at a time, it goes a lot quicker, and it's not like, there's kind of rhyme and reason to it, so I'm not like all over the place and taking longer than I should be. So I'll just kind of start playing around. And this is the hardest part for me, for sure. Collaging does not come very easily to me. Okay, if I do that, then I take one of these images. I haven't really used a lot of birds in the past. This one doesn't have feet, so I hope it doesn't look weird. Maybe I could put it near the flower. I don't normally use birds a lot, but I've really been enjoying it lately. Okay, I don't think that's working. I think I like the flower over here. And then a lot of times, a lot of the images I have for my books, they are larger images. So I'll just cut out a piece. Actually, I shouldn't have cut it that far down. This is a cleaner cut. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try to layer this bird somehow. No. Okay, this bird without legs is a little bit hard to work with. Okay, let's try this mushroom. And I'm not really, I don't know what plants go with what, so I hope I'm not putting something that's like from one region and collaging it with something from a different region. Or maybe that's okay. I don't know. I've also been putting fabrics above it to give it like for a functional reason as well as an aesthetic reason. So that could add some color too. Maybe I'll add some stamped paper. Maybe I'll add some of this paper. Nope, don't like that. So I stamped a bunch, I used this stamp and made a bunch of these, and I'm finding that they're really good for collaging. I like how it looks. Maybe I'll put this up here. And then put this on this side. I do like that better than everything I've had so far. And then I made up a bunch of these little pocket things. So maybe I'll put this one and then put another mushroom up here. That might work. I think I like that. I wish I knew more about plants to know if there's like a no-no. Like this wouldn't go with mushrooms, right? I'm not sure. But I think I like this just as it is. So I'm gonna start gluing. I'm gonna put down a book page to glue. I think that's how I had it, right? Now I'm not sure if this should have gone down there. I think I'll just do that. And like I said, I should have had, maybe I'll do a craft with me after this and have more things prepped so you could see how it goes a lot quicker when you're just doing the same thing, the same step over and over for one thing. Although I think I've made enough of these pockets. Okay. So there's that. And then this is going to be sewed on, but I'm going to glue this on. Like that. So I'll make up a whole bunch of this, like at this step, and then I go to my sewing machine and I also sew a little piece of fabric where the little slot is so that it's easier to get in and out of whatever you end up putting there. And I'll usually sew it on like that or get it even. And then I'll do that. So I don't know if I like this. Maybe it needs a different color. And I also did make up a whole bunch of these also. Some of them need to be torn, but they're already ironed and everything. Let me see. Just something to make this interesting. I think I do want to layer the fabrics up. but I'll usually figure out what fabric I like with it. And then once I figure that out, I lay it to the side. I think I like that. Still need to take the threads off of this, but yeah, I think I like that. I like it with the layered fabric. But yeah, I'll do a whole bunch of these and I'll just keep doing it to this step, laying it aside and laying it aside. And then once I have a whole bunch, like I just finished sewing all of these, I just sew, like that's all I do. So for this one, I'll start here, I'll sew around and I'll keep going around and then I'll be done. And then I don't cut the threads. And I sew this and I'll be done. And I'll just keep sewing. Then I go back and I cut all the threads. And then I just keep going one after the other. And then what I'm going to do next is do the back side. So the back side, I'm thinking that it's going to be something like this. Not this part, but this part. I'm going to put a piece of fabric, like one of these, on the back. And I'm going to sew around. I might messy stitch, I haven't decided. And then I'll sew around. And then I'll be done with these. And as you can see, they're already inked and everything because I did that in the previous step. But yeah, so let me go ahead and show you some of the ones I've done. And I really liked how this stamped paper turned out. This is from a recipe book, dictionary paper, an old textbook. Like brittle paper is really good for collaging with, and dictionary paper. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep making a bunch of these, and then I'm working on some other things that I'm going to make a bunch of. I kind of want to see how pressed flowers work, so I pressed some flowers, and I've also been using scraps of collaged napkins. And then literally these are all just scrap papers. Like this is from a journal I did like a year ago. So I took out all my scraps. And it really helps to have them in different baskets like this, because then my mind is not cluttered, you know. But yeah, so I'm going to keep working on these. I might come back with like maybe when I work on these or with the next thing I work on. But thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.